Here's a danger, and I'm going to tell you what the danger is, and it's a contributing factor for us seated like this. As I was seated there, I was connecting with Paps to say, should I say it? And then Paps says to me, say it, my son. Here's the danger. You have misrepresented Christianity and what it could do for you. This is what I mean. Fair and honest for us to say, it's fair to say, but there's the real world out there that requires you to stand and do things. Now, I've challenged the church to say, tell them the truth. That it cannot be to say, God provide, and then you sleep.
Yes.
That message should be clear. Yes. We can sing Hamunat. Sebeta. Yes. There's the real grinding that needs to happen. Yes. Our God is a God of action, guys. Have you realized? God supports those that have started. He never supports those that have not started. When he says to you, I have your back, start. And you will see that when you start, he does have your back. Amen. Do not misrepresent us as Christians. Yes, we love him. We love the word. But we call ourselves grinders. We grind. I kick the blankets, I go to work. When I'm needed, I go and grind. I meet a lot of my Christian brothers and sisters. Excuse me? Araba ing esokang ietsahala. Ke modimo ya tsebang tsohle. Hey, nyakuza. Yes, he knows everything and he knows your plans, but you haven't done anything. He cannot then come in flesh and say mtana mazhambe. You will go 6 feet under. Unsoro modimo tla provide us with it. Be careful. Wake up. Today, let me give them a reality before I quickly continue, my friends. Here's a sad situation. Everyone in this place, you are going back to the same situation that you left at home. If there was no bread, nothing miraculous has happened. There's still no bread. If you left an uncle that always discourages you, he's not dead, he's still there. If somebody told you that you are useful at your home, they haven't passed on. You're going to find them there today. Okay, let's say, what are you trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, you are the only person that needs to shift the mind and bounce back the negativity. I'm going to show you how. So that you change the influence of the environment. That's all. Colleagues, when you go out of this place, South Africa has agreed. There's top 7 skills in demand by the SA employers. You better listen to this. All other positions in South Africa, they are important, correct? But South Africa has agreed. There's 7 top positions that the employers are looking at currently. Move, madam. 1, software development. If you don't know anything about computers in South Africa, you haven't started. If you know nothing about this beast called a computer, you haven't even started exciting the employer. The second one, network and information security. Remember, everyone is going online, right? But there's no security. The networks are a threat. MTN is a big company, right? But remember the story of the Nyaope young man in town that cracked all their airtime codes. It was on the news. He learned their system. He cracks codes. He comes to you. Do you want airtime? Which network do you use? MTN. 789 448 3456. He's a genius in number collaboration. MTN hired him. He used to stay in the streets. They wanted the knowledge. Yahweh, how do you do that? Because he interfered with the security systems. So this then questions who? It questions the network and information security officers at MTN. We are paying you close to 55,000 rands every month. A boy from the streets cracks our airtime. How? They did not need any CV from him, ID copy. Come, we are getting an apartment for you and be clean. We are paying you end of the month. Teach us. The third one, web development. If somebody says to me, Lesego, what do you do? I'll say to them, go to my website. There's no longer time to speak with a person for 1 hour. Go to my website and check what I do for a living and some of the services that I offer. This is the simplest skill that you can ever learn, to develop a website. It takes you a week to learn how to develop a website. Go on Facebook now, go on Twitter. People are requesting people that can develop websites. But you don't have a basic skill of developing a website. I'm learning this now. It's an extra skill. I used to pay people a lot of money, but I thought, this thing is easy. I'm learning it myself now. Ask me how I'm learning it. YouTube videos. I just ask YouTube how to learn web design. Enter. It gives me a video. I download it. Then I listen to it as a lecture. This person teaches me, and then I do the actual practical. I know how to develop a website. Most of the things, they are just there on YouTube. How to become a good public speaker. Enter. Videos are there. You listen to 5 videos a day as a lecture. You become good at it. Let's move, madam. Now you are the one who's kept chat and I'm talking to people. Management skills. Companies are losing on profits. They do no longer trust easily. People have mismanaged resources of entrepreneurs and business people. Now they are looking for authentic and honest managers. If you can learn management skills, you'll get hired in a lot of projects. By the way, to manage it a skill. They're requesting that now. Look at the 5th one, sales. That one we all know is not a child's play. Selling. Not everyone is into selling. Many companies, they're requesting people on how to sell. How do you then sell if you yourself cannot sell yourself? You cannot express yourself. You cannot then go into sales. If Clientele Legal comes to me and says, Lesego Tau, we have a product, we want you to do just an ad for YouTube only. Here's a script. When you look at me on YouTube, you think I work for Clientele Life. I'm not working for Clientele Life. I'm just a consultant. I offer a service because I can speak and I can act and I can do sales. I sell for them. If you want to make money in SA, these are one of the critical skills that you need to possess. Sales. Even though you want to start your business, you still need to sell your business. Learn those. You don't need to go to a college. YouTube. Go to a free Wi-Fi spot. How to become a sales consultant. Enter. Download videos and save them on your phones. And listen to them and practice. Look at the 6th one. Financial skills. All those that are doing accounting, they are under threat now. Because if you have an account with FNB does all your accounting. When you apply for funding, and they say, give us audited financial statements, I no longer need to fetch an accountant. I call FNB, I need an audited financial statement for the past 3 months. They send it to me via email. So if you don't know basics of financial skills, the employer is not excited about you. You should know a balance sheet, how it works. Because even though it's an entrepreneur, simple things, they would need you to know that it's expenses, it's income minus expenses, it's equals to profit. Those are the basics again. Income minus expenses, it's equals to profit. If you don't know the basics of financials, the employer is not excited. Because chances are they're going to lose money if they hire you. The 7th one, engineering of any sector. Most people don't want to get their hands dirty. An industry is waiting for people that are willing to get their hands dirty. I was amazed. You will laugh through this. In China, they hire a young person at the age of 16. They produce only lit. They call them lit engineer. Sounds fine in South Africa, eh? Of course, we'll laugh at you. Skrumelo engineer. They produce lit. They call this person a lit engineer. They qualify to call them that because when they close and seal this, there were measurements that were taken into account. Products that were mixed to produce this. They qualify to call them lit engineers. Well, now what are you engineering? What are you engineering? We can't even create. Gone are the days where you will laugh at the old gogos when they generate their beats, their beadwork. We used to laugh at them. These ones, they're very slow and the market is not responding. Look at how much they are making. E.g., who talked about that they bought the painting in London? She's all over the news. Ukoko, the lady. Dr. Matang. Yeah. Ukok Matang was given an honorary doctorate to say, your work was recognized in London. When you touch down in London, it rowing Elapayagu Airport, it rowe Ukok. You know how much they paid her? Just for that drawing when you land at the airport, you see that beautiful art craft. Gogo made millions. Maram, when you look beautiful, borrow me your cell phone, madam. As we speak now, there are maybe 15 texts here. Ubuyas Kadbani. As we speak, your boyfriend that does not have interest of making you a better person is asking you, are we going to have fun today? They are at work, grinding. When are you going to focus on crafting your own success? There's a danger. You might misrepresent my statement. I'm not saying go and be a misled feminist, because feminism is slowly destroying South Africa now. When feminism started, it was not about women hating men. Not what we see now. This is not how God created it. Females, you are calling yourselves feminists because you have been hurt by one boy and you define men as that one boy that has hurt you. Be very careful. Understand what feminism is about. But currently what we're seeing in SA, they're not doing it right. Our females are saying, I don't need a man in my life. Our females are saying, why is this only done by men? Some are health reasons. Females want to their minds, what a man can do, I can also do. But your internal organs are very sensitive. Now you are cancerous. And no, some of the things were just not created for both sexes. Do not be misled by distorted content. Do not go out there and be a feminist and say, man, you have been having privileges. Men are all trash. Men, be careful. Learn how to balance this thing. Because you'll go there and be a feminist and you'll always be suppressed. How do you are swearing to men, you are speaking nonsense about them, you expect them to hire you? They won't. They'll always keep this rent amongst themselves. If you want to be a professional and let's work together. Don't tell me about women. I've never been having an opportunity since 19. No. If I can trace on the women that are making it now in SA, women are making it big. So stop looking for a scapegoat for you not to become. Let's move, madam. We need to conclude. There needs to be stomach empowerment here. 5 skills that can transform or improve your career. 5. They might sound very light, when I present them. They might sound very light and soft, but they're key. Move, madam. Don't be captured. How? 5. Technological skills. Basics like, listen to what I'm going to say. I call someone in my office, Tabang, can you kindly send me an email, CC Mam Phyllis and BCC Miss Papamanis? You are stuck. CC, what's CC mean? BCC. You always see these things, but you don't, what? You only send me an email. You don't know the reasons why we use CC, why we use BCC. Simple things. Can you please save that document on PDF? I've tempted you, you just don't understand what I'm speaking. Those are basics. If in this house, you don't have the basics of end user computing that Philani is offering, you are in trouble. How much are you charging for that computer course? Free. How much? Free. But if I can open a laptop now, go to Excel and create just a 3-slide budget for me. It's a how toothpick. If households did that course, rush to Philani, they will offer end user for you for free. The second one there, communication skills. Ma'am Phyllis, I call these ones the snapping generation. This is what I mean. When you become employed, you forget that that's not your company. You are hired there so that the owner can make profit and pay you. You cannot then compete with the owner of the company, open your own to go and slang your own guitar. You snap. They get hired, they snap. 2, 1, 2, 3. No, I've done it yesterday, so what? You'll get fired. People are losing money because of your arrogance. If you cannot communicate, acquire this skill very quickly. I'll make an example. When I get hired in projects, it's not my project. I take instruction from the project director. I forget about my credentials. I forget how influential I am. I'm hired in a project. I work under instruction. Lesego, can you please come here now? I go there now. I'm there for profit. You saw how Mom Phyllis was calling me, Mom Papa Malis was calling me. No, I'm not saying, no, what do you want? No. When she says, Lesego, come, I rush. This is not my space. I did not organize this. I'm hired to come and deliver. I lower my standards and credentials and deliver. If you lack those, humble yourself when you're employed. Communicate well. You have nothing to lose but more to gain. What do you gain when you communicate well in a company? Promotions. Even though you don't have the qualification, it becomes recommended to say, let's promote this lady because if we can lose her, we're going to lose. We rather take her to school. They'll take you to school and keep you in that position for you to propel the company in the profits. Behave yourself. The third one, research. Most of the projects that I do as well is part of research. I make money as well through research projects. Lesego, can you go in an informal settlement somewhere in Pretoria and go and check the common crimes there? And then I'll ask, what is the budget? We have 1 rand for you. 1 rand. Thank you very much. I'm comfortable with that. I take 50 cents, hire 5 young men, and book a car, and inform the police station that I'll be in that field to do research. I've made my profits. I've paid people. I'm on the field. Just to go and ask people questions. What affects your area? Then I take back that whole stack of documents and submit it in a company that has hired me. There are a lot of research jobs. You don't even need to go out of the house. If you can go to Google when you arrive in the morning, just Google research paying jobs. You'll see. You just register, they ask you questions, they give you projects, you go and work, they pay your money. But you can ask me which are the reputable ones to do the research projects for. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Where are you taking your information? This, it's not a crisis, it's lack of info. And connecting yourselves with the right people. Rush to Philani. The fourth one, interpersonal skills. How well do you work with people? You cannot be hired, colleagues, and say, I'm just not a people's person. Excuse me, that's not your company. Unless if you are informing me otherwise that you want to get fired. When I say to you, you are shifted in this department, you'll be working with this lady. I just don't get well with her. Hey, listen here. This is my company we're talking about. I'm paying you a salary. There's no funding from the government that comes in here. I hustle very hard to get profits. You are going to work with her because I'm seeing that there are weaknesses here. You can learn a lot from her. Can you work with people? The reason I get involved in and people will say, I want to work with Lesego. It's a craft. I worked on it for quite a long time to know how to work well with people. 5, thinking outside the box. I'll make an example. Can I have a chair? Can I grab your chair? Can I have 2 people volunteers? There's no money gained for it, please. 2. Can I have the ladies in front? Let's have a volunteer. Please stand here. Yeah. This was done by one of my mentors from afar. Can you please walk in a straight line? Why did you stop? So can't you turn and walk? Now, you see what the mind is doing to you? I said walk in a straight line. I put an obstacle here. She stops. There are options for her to say, I'm continuing working. Some of you, there's just an obstacle here. You can choose to move it or just to be around it. Thank you. Thanks. Do you see? Some of you, you are worshipping an obstacle as we speak. You are worshipping an obstacle, but not focused on how to shift it. Yes, they are embracing the obstacle. To a point that you mention these things even in an interview. There's what we call paradigm shift. If you haven't shifted this, you'll always be stagnant. I'm going to teach you something and never forget it as I excuse myself. Powerful. You are a result of your spoken word. Hey, I'm going to repeat that. You are a result of your spoken word. Can I prove it? Let us all stand. Take a seat. I was able to instruct you with words. There's power in words. I was able to instruct you with words to stand up. Madam, what do you want in your life now? You see, the problem is you are thinking too deep. You know of those things. Don't try to become intelligent. What do you want? You know those things. What do you want? Let's come well. What do you want? I can't hear you. Come again. Ogbuli business. I can see that you are not sure in opening your business because now you cannot start that business if you don't have the information about it yet. I'm going to teach you something I repeat, never forget it. You are a result of the words that you speak. Let's make an example again. Madam, please come here. Sit down. Listen, I'm controlling your life with words. Your life is controlled by the words that you hear. You are at this position because of the words that you hear. Remember, when you hear words, it impacts on emotion. So when you are emotional, I already know that is because of the words that you have been hearing as you grow up. Yeah. Madam, please come here. Now I'm serious. Please come here. I want to prove to your colleagues on the power of words. Mantsui. I'm angry.
I am angry.
Say, I'm happy.
I am happy.
Now, did you see the expression? When she says, I'm angry, the mind knows the expression that goes with the word angry. When she says, I'm happy, the mind says, You cannot be looking angry if you say you're happy. Because the word happy goes with this expression. When people say to me, hey, no. It's the words that I choose to speak about my life and about other people. Thank you, madam. Are you understanding? If you want to change your life, change your words. This is powerful. If you say, I'm going to start my business next week, Monday, words, they are out. Look at the power of the mind. The mind says, oh, I heard you. But people that start businesses cannot sleep because you need to wake up and go and register it. And then you are going to go under stress. You are not stressed. The mind is saying, you said it. Now I'm seated. What do you want? She just got it. I needed that one only. She's, yes. We are born. When you say, I want to become this, the mind captures it. It will remind you. Immediately when you say it, I always tell myself, I want to be a professor. My mind is abusing me all the time. Lesego, remember, you said you want to be a professor, Ker. So professors are not acting this way. If you can check my life now, I spend most of my time with doctors, people with PhDs. It's not miraculous. The mind that I told says, you need to start with the ones that has PhDs, because for you to become a professor, you need to be acquiring a PhD first. Most of my mentors are doctors. My mind is excited. Oh, yes, yes. You want to be a professor? Ask them to get a scholarship for you to become. I've asked them, and they are saying to me, let's grill you first. I'm still undergoing grilling. The mind is excited. So, are you aware that you're going to become a professor? Yes. And then it says, don't exist in this space anymore. Because professors don't exist here. They exist in this space. You are a result of your words. When you say you are nothing, the mind says to you, people that are nothing behave this way. So behave like a nothing. The mind will do likewise. Test it. It works. The problem is, you want to be immune to challenges. The word immune means not affected by. Whenever I will smooth sailing, my life will never be smooth sailing. If it is, I'm going to be worried. It means there's nothing that I'm not doing. I get challenges every day, but I was taught on how to approach those challenges. How do you then approach your challenges, Lesego? 3 steps that I usually teach in my presentations. The first one, when you start something in life, you become excited. Wrong or right? The second phase that you will face in life, you are going to be frustrated in that thing that you started. The third phase that most guys do is to escape. You leave. I'll make an example and I want to connect with you. You love this boyfriend. You are excited. It's your first boyfriend. You think, hey, this person was prepared for you. You never knew that this person is fallible. They have challenges. They also have errors. And when you start seeing those things, you think they are evil. Second step, you are frustrated. They are not evil. You are just learning new things about them that you never knew. And then you leave this guy and say, all men are trash. You are going to start a new relationship. You are going to start being excited. You never knew the bad traits of this person. And then you say, no, guys are all the same. You leave. Start another one. Unfortunately, when you are following this cycle, you will find yourself with 5 babies, 5 different fathers. Take this advice from me. When you are frustrated, don't leave. Stay in the frustration process, because that's where learning takes process. I repeat, when you find yourself being frustrated in something, don't leave. Stay in the frustration phase, because that's where learning takes process. And then you will become a millionaire in this life. I've learned to stay. I no longer leave. People change jobs. They say, this is not my thing. It is your thing. It's just that when you are frustrated, you leave. Stay so that you learn that thing and excel. The more you excel and learn, you become excited again. Have you realized? You are learning now. This thing that has been frustrating you, you are perfecting it, you become excited. Yes, I got it. Then the 2 phases, they keep on repeating themselves. You don't leave. You are a result of you always leaving. Nobody wants to connect with people that always leave. If you stay, people will trust you and they'll be able to spend on you. I was invited here to screen. I was invited here to give statistics on the current rate of unemployment. I was invited here to conscientize, to say, what are the current positions that employers are looking for? I'm saying to you, anything that you ever require in this life, it is given to you, but you only need to grind. Our journey, thank you very much, our journey has not ended. Ma'am Phyllis knows and the team. Our journey has not ended. He always says, hey, so when I see your call, I know it's a follow-up of something. Because I'm not only doing this for Mula. Money is important. But I'm not only doing it for Mula. I would love to see you one day smiling and seeing the light. To say, thank you. Now I can see the light. And Africans on Sir, big Mac near. kancane kancane uzofika. Never undermine this being. Never undermine this being. The mistakes that were performed in the past, they stay there. The mistakes that were performed in the past, they are in the past. Nobody has the power to reverse them. I generated a code that says, when the past calls you, don't answer the phone because the past has nothing new to tell you. I repeat, when the past calls you, don't answer the phone because the past has nothing new to tell you. The past has never presented something new. Only the future is responsible for presenting new things. If you have been punishing yourself, stop that. Today, it's a new beginning. Close with that slide, madam. Friends and colleagues, those that are going to look for employment. Where's Busi? Sis Busu? Sis Busi? Ukon. On those forms as a TMC Nkelezi too, the ones that we're filling in. Please understand this. Can you see that it says generic job profile library, right? And it says learn to build a job profile and work on the requirements. This is what I mean. When you searching for work, the green circle there, it says you need to know what the job is. Ne? The other one says there, KPAs, they mean key performance areas, or KPI, key performance indicators. Of what? Thank you, madam. Of that job, right? I get a position in. We share it online. Am I correct? And then you need to look at Babata hore kitlo etsa eng. Job is to be a cleaner. What are the duties of being this cleaner? You search them. Competencies. Ho batlega bokgoni bo feng hore o kgone to execute that job. The last one ko tlase. What do they require from you? Those are your credentials. Now, if you want to develop your career, this is how we do it when we do sessions today. You need to always check the type of work that you want to do. Example, what work do you want to do, madam? What? Inspect what? Or health inspector. Right. Now, I'm telling it to you. Now, listen to this, colleagues. You want to be a health inspector. Let me tell you today, you are not going to be a health inspector until you find out what they're requiring from you. After you have found out what they are requiring from you, you study towards that because you are informed by the job profile. You will continue to say, I want to be a police officer. You will continue wondering and wanting to become until you go and check the job profile of being a police. If you know the job profile, you are inspired to go and study that and what actually they want. Do you understand? Here's a quote. When everything feels like an uphill struggle, just think of the view from the top. Ha go le nzima, unyuka. You're no longer interested to go tlase. You are driven by the view on top. Most of us, maybe in this house, we are not driven by the view that we want to see on top. I'm still driven by that view. I haven't arrived. I'm still going uphill. It's not an easy journey. It will never be an easy journey. But I have the right mentors that are coaching me to become. Get a mentor fast today. On this form, I asked you a question. Do you want to further your studies? Somebody said yes. And I said, if yes, which course? Somebody says fashion design. Which institute? Zamani or West Corn? How much would it cost? 3,000 rands to be a fashion designer. And I'm saying no. You are not going to become a fashion designer because you're not sure how much it costs. And then I'm asking them, What are the entry requirements to study? I must fill up some forms and pay registration fee. No, you are not going to study fashion design. There are other requirements more than a registration fee. So, this means I cannot mention a name. This person needs more information about fashion design. The second one says, do you want to study further? They're saying yes. Which course? She says IT. Which institute? University of Johannesburg. How much will it cost? 50,000. You are right. You are informed. It can cost you around 50,000 rands. So I said the requirements are right, not sure. So I remember this one because they came to me and asked, can I Google it very quickly? And I said to them, it's up to you. Guess if you want to guess, or you can Google the amount. For a mere fact that you know how much it costs, you are closer to studying IT because you are informed of what is required and how much is it. Some have left blank statements. Blank. A blank means, Lesego, I don't know. You see what I mean, colleagues? If you want to become, profile the thing that you want to become and know what is required. Colleagues, I repeat, you are going back home. Same discouragements, same negative words that you've been hearing, but you are the person who is responsible to keep a positive vibe. My name is Lesego Tau. Salute.